Alright, very good morning, YouTube and Twitch fans. Capt Nabs here with you for another session of ATC here on the VATSIM network. This morning, as you can probably tell from the screenshots here, we are going to be working Toronto Center for a couple of hours here. So, already got quite a few airplanes in our airspace. We're just trying to get them to start.
Toronto Center, hello, Lufthansa 435, Heavy level 350, over at Toronto.
Lufthansa 435 Heavy, Toronto Center. Good morning, squawk it in. Just got to get a few of these guys calling us.
435.
And I got to turn up this volume just a little bit because it's a little bit quiet here. Hopefully that doesn't make it too loud for you guys. Just waiting to see the flash. There's the flash. Lufthansa 435 Heavy, thank you very much. Identified, flight level 350. Welcome.
Morning.
Alright, because we are going to have quite a few inbounds. It's a weekend morning, so I expect Toronto will get busy pretty quickly here. And in fact, we already do have one inbound there. And last call for Toronto Center. That was carrier only. Check the mic and try again, please. Got this one guy coming out of Oshawa. And let's check the weather in Oshawa. Do we have weather? We should have weather in Oshawa, I believe. And last call for Toronto Center. It's still carrier only. Yeah, 0906, so 12 works. Routing is just direct. It's a little bit lazy, but it'll work.
Toronto Center, good morning. It's Turbo Commander, Skycraft 1.
Skycraft 1, Toronto, good morning.
Toronto, Skycraft 1 on the ground at Oshawa, looking for the IFR 2, Muskoka.
Skycraft 1, you're clear to Muskoka via the Oshawa 3 departure and flight plan route. Departure runway 12, squawk code 0527.
Skycraft 1 is clear to Muskoka, Oshawa 3 departure, flight plan route, depart runway 12, squawk 0527.
Skycraft 1, your readback is correct, and the winds in Oshawa are showing 110 at 6, and the altimeter is 2947. I got 4 miles in light rain in this 2,500 foot ceiling. You can give me a call when you're ready for taxi.
Roger, we'll call you ready for taxi, Skycraft.
Alright. So his readback was correct. And there we go. Alright, hopefully the traffic level will pick up here sooner rather than later. I think it will. It's, like I said, it's a weekend, so I expect on weekends things happen pretty quickly. But we'll see. We'll give it a little while here. Well, that did not work the way it was supposed to. Da-da-da. Just fixing that. Alright. Air Canada 427 Toronto, how do you read? I'll get him to start down anyways. And I think it's Air Canada 427 calling there. Still no joy on the mic, unfortunately. Skycraft 1, Toronto, the altimeter in Oshawa again is 2947, runway 12, taxi Alpha and Bravo.
Delta Alpha Bravo, contact you on the shore runway 12, Skycraft 1.
Alright, audio difficulties, yep. And the trouble is, it sucks when you're in descent, and that's when you realize it, when the first controller logs on, that's when you realize, oh, I have audio difficulties. Dang it. I feel the pain. I'm not mad or anything. It's just, especially when you were in flight, you thought you had everything worked out, and then you find out later that no, it's not working actually. I get it. Oh, I heard someone breathe there. No, that wasn't Air Canada 427. Oh, alright, we are having some audio.
Good morning, Toronto Center. Frontier Flight 448. I was wondering if you'd give me IFR to Orlando.
Frontier Flight 448, where are you?
Buffalo, Frontier 448.
Frontier 448. Unfortunately, Buffalo's outside of my jurisdiction, so you'll just have to proceed at your own discretion and enjoy the rest of your day.
Copy, Frontier 448. Thank you.
That's why I'm not seeing him at all on my flight plans. Alright, so we got a couple more inbounds. We got this one's going to Toronto. This guy's going to ESSA, Scandinavian, so yeah. Stockholm? I think Stockholm anyways. Skycraft 1 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. Oshawa winds 100 at 6, clear for takeoff, runway 12.
Clear takeoff 12, we'll just take a short delay for Skycraft 1.
Skycraft 1, I've got no inbounds, that's approved. KLM 691 Heavy, are you here? Might as well start getting these guys working with me here. What do we got? Scandy's also going to be in our airspace very soon here. I swear we had like 3 departures out of Toronto. But they all seemed to disappear as soon as I logged on.
Toronto Center, good morning. KLM 691 Heavy, flight level 380 with you.
KLM 691 Heavy, Toronto, good morning. Squawk code 0556.
0556, KLM 0691.
Let's get some other squawk codes for some of these other guys here. Let's get Scandy a squawk code. And United 1001. That way we're ready when they call us. KLM 691 Heavy, thank you. Identified flight level 380. Welcome. Pity that the guy who's landing is the one guy who can't seem to get his audio fixed. He's the guy who can use some vectors and some landing information, but he's just doing his own thing for now. As long as it doesn't interfere with other people's enjoyment in the network, I'm not going to be too much of a complainer about it. That's the key to me, really.
Toronto Skycraft 1 Airborne Crossing 1000.
Skycraft 1 Toronto, thank you. You're identified. Climb 1-2, 12,000.
5,000.
Skycraft 1, left turn direct Muskoka on course.
Left direct Muskoka on course, Skycraft 1.
Trying to determine who this guy is that's just off the arrival end of the runways here. If it's somebody just taking off, blasting off for the fun of it.
Toronto Center, citation November, Hotel Bravo 1 at 17,000, passing on the way to 43,000, direct Tengu. Sorry, direct next set.
November Hotel Bravo 1 Toronto. Are you about 15 miles southwest of Toronto?
Yes, sir. I didn't know you were on station when I took off.
November Hotel Bravo 1. First of all, squawk mode Charlie, and then squawk code 0562.
Squawk 0562, November Hotel Bravo 1.
Well, we got this guy here as well, also entering our airspace, so let's see if we can get him to call us. We'll get the Scandi to call us. And we'll get the United, the United doesn't have to call us yet. November Hotel Bravo 1, you're identified climbing through flight level 204. Continue climb flight level 430.
Hotel Bravo 1, confirm on the way to flight level 430. Thanks.
November Hotel Bravo 1, roger.
Toronto Little Scandinavian 946 Heavy Level 370.
Scandi 946 Heavy, Toronto good morning, squawk code 0523.
0523. Scandi 946 Heavy.
Scandinavian 946 Heavy, thank you. You're identified, flight level 370. Alright, and the TJA is text only, so we're just going to get him to squawk appropriate code. And we got Speedbird here on the ground in Toronto. Let's just check him out. Yeah, Bird 06, 06 left. Yep, that all works. Let's see if he's identified here. Alright, and he's identified successfully, and not much else is going to happen with him. He's just cruising through the airspace, not doing much. Okay, what else we got? Something tells me that Air Canada flight's not going to make it back with us, is he? Just couldn't sort out the audio. That sucks. That always sucks. Nothing but overflights right now, but just give it a few minutes and it'll hopefully pick up for us. Lufthansa 435 Heavy, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Montreal is not online. Switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good rest of your day.
Unicom, have a great one. What's up? What's your time?
What I'm realizing as well is that my VATSPy view was outdated. The data file is outdated somehow. If I shut down VATSPy and restart it, if it'll find the data file correctly or if it's something corrupted. KLM 691 Heavy, Toronto. The information is Oscar. Plan arrival runway 05.
Roger, information on board and expect ILS runway 05 via Shigan approach. KLM 691 Heavy.
And KLM 691 Heavy, actually just having a look at your flight plan here, and it appears that you're on the wrong arrival. You're re-cleared Toronto via the Amoeba 5 arrival. Direct Tadmo in the Amoeba 5 arrival.
Biblis 5 arrival and KLM 691 Heavy.
KLM 691 Heavy, thank you. Alright, this is already halfway to Muskoka.
Toronto, good morning. United 1001 with you, flight level 380, destination Chicago.
United 1001 Heavy, Toronto, good morning. Squawk code 0516.
Squawk 0, repeat please.
United 1001 Heavy, squawk 0516. 0516.
0516, coming down, United 1001.
Skycraft 1, the Muskoka altimeter is 2945. I have the whole sequence from 1401 Zulu if you're ready to copy.
Great, copy, Skycraft.
Skycraft 1, Muskoka weather at 1401 Zulu. It's an auto station sequence. Winds are 130 magnetic at 8, 9 miles in light rain. Few clouds 500, scattered 4,900, broken 6,000, overcast 8,600. Temperature 4, dew point 3, and as previously stated, altimeter 2945.
Skycraft 1, check, thanks.
United 1001 heavy, your radar identified flight level 380, continue on course.
United 1001, thank you.
Skycraft 1, when ready, descend 5,000 and say your planned approach to Muskoka.
When ready, descend 5,000 and hope to take the RNAV 18 by 8 mil.
Skycraft 1, copy the RNF 18. You can proceed direct signal this time.
Direct signal this time, Skycraft 1.
KLM 691 Heavy Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
Descend and maintain flight level 240, KLM 691 Heavy.
Alright, now it's starting to get a little bit busier. Not like super busy, but at least enough to sort of keep us steadily working here. And we got another departure, good stuff.
Trying to send him a Canada 856 ready to check.
Air Canada 856, Toronto Region 5 by 5.
55 sir, and good morning. It's Canada 856 773, stand 178 with Oscar, requesting clearance Heathrow.
Air Canada 856, you're cleared to London Heathrow via the Verdo 6 departure Lorca transition flight plan route. Departure runway today 06 left, squawk code 0541.
Okay, understand. Cleared to Heathrow, Verdo 6, Lorca transition and flight plan route, expect 6 left, and 0541. That's copied at Canada 856.
Air Canada 856, your readback is correct. Push back and start up at your discretion. Call ready for taxi. Information Oscar current.
Roger.
Oh, we got a second one out of Muskoka. Crazy. November Hotel Bravo 1, Toronto. You're leaving my airspace to the south. Your radar service terminates this time. Switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good rest of the day.
Toronto Center, November Bravo, or Hotel Bravo 1, thanks for the help. Have a great day.
Good day. Chair's really squeaky. I gotta get a new chair. Skycraft 1, Toronto via IGDL cleared RNAV runway 18 at Muskoka.
Right, Exo for the RNAV 18 Muskoka, Skycraft.
Skycraft 69, correction, KLM 6901 Heavy, continue descent 12, 12,000. The Toronto altimeter is 29er at 48. KLM 6901 Toronto, continue descent 12,000, altimeter 29er at 48. Skycraft 1 Toronto, I have a flight plan here for a VFR aircraft at Muskoka, possibly doing circuits. Just keep your eyes open. I have not spoken to them. I've got no other traffic observed on radar. You can switch to Unicom 122.8 and have a good rest of your day.
Alright, we'll look out for that other traffic and switch to Unicom and call you on the ground for Skycraft 1 next.
And Skycraft 1, thank you. As soon as I said it, I realized I said it wrong. Yeah, report down and clear on this frequency. Thank you.
No worries.
KLM 6901 Toronto.
Go ahead, KLM 691 Heavy.
KLM 6901, continued descent 12,000, 12,000. The Toronto altimeter 29er 48.
2948, descending maintain 12,000, KLM 691 Heavy.
We can probably get rid of that Oshawa view because we don't need it so much. There we go. Alright. Traffic level slowly picking up here this morning. Slowly. One thing about VATSIM, it's a system of patience sometimes when you're a controller. When you get on, depending on the time of day, but certainly if it's kind of earlier in the time of day, people will show up and they will fly around your airspace, but you just have to give them time to see that you're online and decide, set up a flight plan, start up the sim and all that other stuff. So usually these sessions, they start out pretty quietly, and then usually the first half an hour to 45 minutes is often fairly quiet unless you happen to just jump on when there's already a lot of airplanes in the air. But once you've been on for a little while, it tends to start to snowball after a while. More and more people see that you're online, set your airports as their origin, as their destination. So it just takes a little bit of time. It's also the time of day too, as more and more people, certainly in North America, are now waking up and deciding what they want to do with their Sunday. And well, frankly, in my neck of the woods, it's raining. So what better thing to do than spend some time on the network if it's raining outside? So hopefully we'll get even more people to hop online in the not too distant future here. I picked Toronto this morning mostly because it looked like it was a little bit busy, but then I realized now that the VATSPy data file is not being updated correctly. There seems to be just a problem with the server or something, so it's not getting a current data file. So as a result, it's not nearly as busy as I thought it was, so I made that decision based on some false information, but it was the best information I had at the time. Didn't realize until I looked at the timestamp when I saw it wasn't representing what was going on in the network that it was actually not accurate. So what can you do? You make the best decision with the information you have at the time. And if you can, you change your mind and change the decision afterwards. Sometimes you can do that, sometimes you can't. Alright, so we got 2 airplanes on the ground here, both going to London Heathrow. We got about 5 airplanes up in the air. One guy's doing an approach. One guy's on the descent in Toronto, and the rest of them are just not doing much. They're just overflying our airspace, which is cool. Sometimes it's just the way it is on VATSIM. It's just quiet. And the funny thing is, like, actually, a quiet frequency is often a sign that a controller is... It's either a sign that things are quiet, or it's a sign that a controller also knows what they're doing. Getting the job done with the minimum number of radio calls is a sign of efficiency, certainly. If you're making lots of excess radio calls, making a lot of extra noise on your frequency, then it's possibly a sign that you're less experienced, that you're not totally in control of the situation. But in this case, it's not the case. It's just simply a quiet morning. Everybody's already on routes that are pretty much deconflicting themselves. I don't have to do anything. Just continue to clear people along their routes, down into their descents, manage the operation, but it's not very busy, that's for sure. So if any of you guys out there watching, I know there's a few of you out there watching, if you're bored or anything, you want to come do some circuits, give us some traffic, make the stream a little more interesting, it would be appreciated. And as always, there's always seem to be people who are new to VATSIM on my stream, who are nervous, people that don't want to get on VATSIM. And my first piece of advice is don't worry about it too much. There's tons of great controllers out there that will not get overly anxious if you're new and you're making mistakes, because we all had that day. We all had that day when we were new on the network, when we were unfamiliar with network procedures and what to do, and hopefully most of us remember what it was like to be that person, to be new on the network, to be the one who didn't know what was going on.
56 pushing start complete, facing northeast, ready for taxi.
Air Canada, 856 Toronto, the runway 06 left, altimeter 2948. Taxi out Delta Romeo and Delta, cross runway 33 right.
Delta Romeo, Delta, cross 33 right, 294, yes, copy that, Canada 56, thank you.
KLM 691 heavy, continue descent 8,000.
Descendment 8,000, KLM 691 heavy.
So the Skycraft's on his base for the RNAV 18 into Muskoka right there. These guys are just all en route. Hopefully we'll get a few more people on here soon. Oh, now the VATSPI seems to be working. I wonder if it's just something and it lost the server. Anyways, give it some time here. Now we got one guy taxiing. Good. Things are starting to get a little more interesting. And he's going to take off at just about the right time to provide a conflict for that KLM 691. So this is going to actually be a little bit interesting here. I have to actually monitor the situation to make sure they do not create a long-term conflict. And that's the thing, like a good controller will generally be looking quite a few minutes ahead and trying to figure out where the potential conflicts are and doing their best to resolve them before they even happen. So they're not even, so they don't even really have a chance to become conflicts. It's not to say that you can't, that you can avoid all conflicts that way, but if you can reduce your workload downstream by mitigating conflicts early, it just helps. And I've seen that. I've seen what happens to people when they just choose to ignore conflicts until later. And some cases they're choose, sometimes they're just not aware of them. But I've seen, you know, cases where people have there have been steady streams of traffic towards an arrival airport, and because they're all different altitudes and they're all in cruise and they're all an hour away from the destination, nobody does anything about it. They're just like, it's fine. Everyone can just do it, all work together. And then all of a sudden, when the descents start happening and everyone starts actually bunching up, all of a sudden one person's got to be turned, like, you know, 5 or 10 miles out of their way to create spacing, whereas a small correction early on would have fixed the problem sooner. So it's frustrating sometimes. And Grover Maddock is going to one day upgrade his desktop so he can fly X-Plane with us.
Heavy 797 on stand 167 with top altitude 2948, train London Heathrow, please.
Speedbird 908 Heavy, good morning. You're cleared to London Heathrow via the Verdo 6 departure, Lorca transition, and flight plan route. Depart runway 06 left, squawk code 0530.
London Heathrow, Verdo 6 departure with a local transition runway 06 left, consider 5 3 Heavy.
Speedbird 908 Heavy, your read back is all correct. Information is Papa in Toronto. Push back and start up at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Walk out 7 Heavy, thanks.
And one thing I did make a mistake in here. So anyways, Grover Maddock, we look forward to having you on VATSIM. I know it can be tough. I'm having challenging economic circumstances at the moment myself, so certainly computer upgrades for me are out of the question. Fortunately, my computer's good enough now to get me on the network when I want to be. But I feel that pain, and I hope that you do find a way to get on the network soon. And if you really want to, I mean, you can always enroll to be a controller. VATCAN is always welcoming new members, depending. Certain areas of VATCAN are kind of busy. Toronto being the busiest airport tends to be the most popular, which means there's almost always a backlog of students just because there's only so many instructors. There's only so many people who volunteer to be instructors, and there's nothing more we can do about it. We don't pay people, so we can't motivate people really to be instructors. You know, more than just the willingness to give some time to the network. So this is one of the probably the biggest challenges of all the VATSIM ATC organizations is finding and retaining quality instruction staff. That's probably one of the biggest long-term problems, and it's just a sheer function of the fact that nobody gets paid. It's all volunteer, and it's a lot of one-on-one time when you do training for ATC. So it's very it's very time consuming for the instructors, and not in a bad way, but just simply basically it's all one-on-one. So every hour that you spend in training, and it takes many hours of training to become a fully certified controller, every hour that you spend in training pretty much you've spent with an instructor. So that's a lot of hours that instructors have to donate to see their students through, and they do it willingly and gladly, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad or anything like that, but it's just a sheer fact of numbers sometimes. Now we have a problem forming here, actually. United 1001 Heavy Toronto, are you able to climb flight level 400?
Okay, 856 approaching 6 left, fully ready.
Air Canada 856 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind 060 at 2. Clear takeoff from me, 06 left.
Clear takeoff 6 left, Will Canada 856.
That's what I mean about looking ahead for conflicts. I didn't even notice this because this guy was on my other screen. He's going to pass a little bit ahead. And this guy can do it. Okay, so this guy's going to climb to 400 to make sure he's not going to be a conflict with this guy. They are actually probably going to be far enough apart, but I'm just sort of, again, I'm mitigating the conflict before it even becomes a conflict, before I have to panic at the last minute. KLM 691 Heavy, descend 6,000.
Descend and maintain 6,000 feet, KLM 691 Heavy.
It's not too often you get these conflicts in the en route airspace either, honestly. There's generally such relatively small amounts of traffic in the VATSIM network that you don't get these conflicts. The airplanes basically more or less separate themselves just by virtue of the way the system works. So it's interesting when you do see a conflict, and you're often not looking for these en route conflicts because they just so seldom happen. Scandinavian 946 Toronto, you're now leaving my airspace to the east, and Montreal's not online. You can switch to Unicom 122.8. Your radar service terminates, and have a great day.
Over to Unicom, for Scandinavian 946. Have a good day.
KLM 691 Heavy, descend 4,000.
Descend 4,000 feet, KLM 691 Heavy.
See, because I mean, it wouldn't take much of a shift in direction or anything for these guys to sort of have their routes merge again. So yeah, we're definitely going to just do a little altitude separation, then we don't have to worry at all. If we want to, this guy can descend back down afterwards.
Cat 856, Davon, runway heading past you 1,000 feet.
Cat 856 Heavy, thank you. Identified, continue climb, flight level 230.
Continue climb 230, that's copy, Canada 856.
Sounds like somebody's got a baby in the flight tech. I love it. You do what you can to enjoy this hobby in and around your family time. Oh, Lord. so this guy's got to wait to 3600 before he can turn on course. This guy's going down to 4000. We want to aim him at about this point, so we'll give him a base turn just a couple minutes here. About 2 more minutes, he'll get a base turn. This guy might pass through airspace. Yep. Aircat 856 Heavy, Toronto, turn right, direct Verdo on course.
Right, stand direct Verdo, copy, Aircat 856.
Alright. See if we can get a little more traffic going on here. I'm always soliciting for more pilots now on my live streams. A little bit self-serving perhaps, but I always say the more the merrier on VATSIM. The more traffic you get, the more fun it becomes, the more interesting and challenging.
Center KLM 691, just to confirm, the approach will be on the runway 5 or 6 left?
KLM 691, I did assign you runway 05. If you'd like 06 left, I can accommodate that as well.
I prefer runway 05, KLM 691 Heavy.
KLM 691 Heavy, roger. You could plan on that. Turn left now, heading 150, descend 3000.
Turn left 150, descend maintain 3000 feet, KLM 691 Heavy.
Alright, Skycraft 1 is down and clear in Muskoka, so we can go ahead and terminate his strip. And Aircat 856 is going somewhere I do not know where. I'm going to guess he's going to Alcott. Alright, these guys are not much of a conflict anymore. KLM 691, turn left, heading 120.
Turn left 120, KLM 691 Heavy.
And now he's gone way past where I planned him. I should have turned him a little sooner. One of the things, too, about VATSIM is you do have to make judgments about people, and it sucks making judgments about people. I'm not someone who always wants to jump to instant judgments, but as a controller, you have to make some kind of judgments of how capable you think they are of doing what you ask them to do, and not just how capable they are, but how timely they can do it. If you give them a turn, are they going to make the turn within 15 seconds, within 30 seconds, within 60 seconds? This guy's still not making the turn. And this Air Canada is now on his way to Verdo. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That works for me. I got no other traffic, so as long as this guy wants to go this direction, I'm cool with it. Oh, I think he's starting to make the turn, maybe. Look at his leader line. It's just starting to creep this way. Yeah, now he's making the turn. KLM 691, continue the left turn heading 090 for intercept, cleared ILS 05.
Turn left 090, intercept ILS for 05, KLM 691 Heavy.
Now, in the real world, the controller would be chewing out this pilot for not making that turn in a relatively prompt fashion. But again, VATSIM is a group of enthusiasts, hobbyists, amateurs, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but just simply people who are not doing this professionally for a career, but just doing it for fun. If they make mistakes, no one's going to jump down their throat. So anybody who's watching, and I know lots of people are always watching and learning about VATSIM, as long as you obviously understand how to fly your airplane, don't hesitate to get on this network. The biggest thing is just making sure you do have some basic capacity to fly your airplanes, to fly headings, altitudes, to intercept a flight plan route, and that's about it, really. You know, and some basic speed control. Speed control is not something you're going to see a lot because it's not usually busy enough that needs speed control as a necessary thing, but now, KLM 691 is landing on 05. I looked, after I assigned him the runway, I checked the NOTAMs, and actually 05 is closed until June. So he's going to be the last person I clear to land on 05 for a long time. This is actually going to really kind of screw over Toronto and cross the pond. I look forward to the challenge. I don't think they're going to take it, though. This is one of those things, too, that Toronto does, is they they'll, and I think a lot of airports probably will do this, is that they will take a closed runway, and if they need it for cross the pond, they'll reopen it. And I feel like they probably will reopen it. But I would enjoy the challenge of a single runway cross the pond operation, especially because I believe it's westbound. I'm pretty sure it's westbound, so the arrivals are usually spaced out enough that it's not the end of the world if there's reduced capacity at the airport. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. It's not really my call. I know the chief of Toronto quite well, and I think if I challenge him to it, he would consider it. But you got to consider as much as it's great to be realistic as much as possible and try to follow what's happening in the real world as much as possible. There's also a practical limitation. If there was what am I trying to say here? If there was the kind of traffic flow you're going to get into cross the pond, then they would implement like some kind of flow control program, and they probably have to reduce the number of arrivals just the way cross the pond is. It's way too many arrivals for way too short a period to be able to deal with. So anyways, I don't know what they're going to do. I would imagine they're probably just going to cancel the closure for that day and just say the runway's open, because it makes life a lot easier. Well, that's good. Yeah. If you've been practicing operating the autopilot, and it's basic airplane control. No one's expecting you to do full procedure NDP. Sorry, Speedbird 908. You said you're ready for taxi? Speedbird 908, runway 06 left. Information is Papa on the altimeter 2948. Taxi apron, your discretion. Alpha Lima, Bravo, and Delta. Cross runway 33 right.
6 left info. Papa, open to 2948. Taxi apron, discretion. It's Alpha Lima, Bravo, Delta. Cross runway 33 right, skipping runway heavy.
Yakata 856 heavy, continue climb, flight level 350.
Establish ILS runway 05.
Yakata 856 heavy, continue climb, flight level 350. KLM 691 Toronto, thank you. Winds are light and variable. You're clear to land runway 05.
Clear to land runway 05, KLM 691 heavy.
Alright, these guys have pretty much crossed. So I'll give him the option of going back down. Yeah, and it's not... You're not going to be expected to necessarily do precision maneuvers. Like, that's not what people are looking for or expecting in the VATSIM network. They're just expecting, again, the most basic abilities. Hold an altitude, hold a heading, that sort of thing. Understand, communicate those sort of instructions and requests. But again, controllers are for the most part very forgiving. The time when they tend to not be forgiving is when it's super busy and they need you to do something. So if you're new and if you're unfamiliar, the biggest and best advice I can give is don't show up on the big events. Pick just a random day during the week. Look at the network maps, and pick an airport where there's not much going on. Pick an airport where there's a tower controller and there's very little going on, or maybe even a center controller if you've got a quiet airspace. But that's the biggest thing is pick a quiet place. Don't try to log on to the network during like the big major events, because you're just gonna end up the ATC is not going to be able to help you because they're overwhelmed by what's going on, and then you're not going to get much enjoyment out of it either. So that's the biggest advice I think I can always give to any new guys on the network, any new people who want to join the network is when you have that first experience on the network and you're new. First of all, pick a quiet day, and second of all, do what you know. So if you understand how to fly, don't pick up a new airplane that you're unfamiliar with. Take the airplanes that you know out flying, that sort of thing. So do what you know so that you're not learning to fly the airplane at the same time. I tend to learn to fly airplanes on the VATSIM network just because I'm extremely familiar with ATC. But when I first flew on VATSIM, I did try to pick a day or pick an airplane that I knew fairly well, was able to fly, was able to have some capabilities, but was definitely not something new when I was learning and becoming familiar with how VATSIM worked. KLM's almost landed. Let's see if he wants to go back down to 380 or if he wants to stay at 400. And this is probably that VFR guy there. He's VFR at an uncontrolled airport. I don't care. KLM 6901, welcome to Toronto. Right turn there on Hotel 3 if you got it. Otherwise, continue rolling all the way to Bravo.
Mechanic runway 05 on the hotel and continue on Bravo, KLM 691 Heavy.
KLM 691 Heavy, A-firm. Continue hotel, cross runway 33 right, Bravo. And do you know which gate you're parking at?
Yes, I know. Continue on the hotel and cross the runway 33 right on the Bravo, KLM 691 Heavy.
KLM 691 Heavy, all correct. Do you know which gate you're parking at?
Okay. I know the Terminal 3 and 1 on the chart of the airport, KLM 691 Heavy.
KLM 691 Heavy, Roger. For your size of aircraft, I'm going to say go Bravo, Alpha Kilo, and then park at Terminal 3. Charlie 34 or 35 would probably be best for you.
Alpha Bravo and Terminal 3, KLM 691 Heavy. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, he doesn't care which gate he goes to. I don't care that much.
Air Canada 468.
Air Canada 468, Toronto, good morning.
Good morning. We're just looking for the ATIS, but we can't seem to have an audio for the ATIS. Can you confirm ATIS is up?
Air Canada 468, the ATIS is up. The audio works about as often as it doesn't, unfortunately, and there's nothing we can do about it. It's a VATSIM AFE issue.
Okay, can we just confirm active runways for departure?
Air Canada 468 is going to be 06 left. You can check the ATIS on text, just the voice doesn't work.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Air Canada 468.
Speedbird 908 Heavy, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's light and variable, clear for takeoff, runway 06 left.
Good takeoff from Heavy.
Never did get an answer from this guy. Okay, no big rush. No big rush. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I say pick a quiet airport so that you can bomb around in your Diamond 62 or whatever airplane you're most comfortable with, and you can do it at your speed, and you're not going to be holding up other people too much on the network. And the other thing about picking a quiet airport is that if you do pick a quiet airport where the controller's not got too many other airplanes, they'll probably be able to give you more attention. And if you have questions, concerns, if things are not quite working out, they can help you. You can ask for help, and they can ask them questions, and they can usually help you. Obviously, if a guy is swamped with a ton of traffic, they're not going to be able to help you very much. So that's another reason why I encourage people to pick quiet airports the first time around, is the controllers, especially quiet airports, are very willing to help you. Absolutely, totally willing to help you. But you gotta make sure that they have the time and ability to do it, and they want to help, but if they can't, give you all the attention and take away all the attention from somebody else. They need to make sure that everyone gets a fair amount of attention, that nobody's being neglected per se. So. All right, still not super busy, but it's getting a little better. Got a couple airplanes on the ground here getting ready to go. Should probably have a look through their flight plans and see what they've got there. Air Canada 468, yeah, no, he's got the right flight plan. That's just still the Muskoka guy, so it's not much going on there. Yeah, no, nothing much going on there. And where's my Speedbird? There's my Speedbird. Oh, and Oberlin's on. Oh. Cleveland Center's online. I see he's got stuff tagged up here. Speedbird 908 Heavy, thank you. You're identified. Continue climb. Flight level 230.
Continue climb on the just been in.
And let's see here. Cleveland's 34-9er. Alright, there he goes. This guy's just going to come trucking through my airspace with no switch over, which I'm not against. It's just polite to say something. Speedbird 908 Heavy, turn right, direct, Verdo on course.
Right, direct, that's good, heavy.
Alright. There you go. We're about 1 hour into our session. Things are getting a little busier. Not super busy, though. Trying my best to lure in some traffic just by being here. If I had 1 or 2 more controllers, probably do even better. The more controllers you seem to have, too, the more you tend to lure in the traffic. But I tend to be a bit of a lone wolf controller, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but the thing is more that I try to tend to look, because I'm certified in so many different areas, I tend to look for the areas that are not being served at all or are being underserved, and I tend to go and hop out of those areas. So if there's a center that's not being served at all with no other controllers, that's the place where I'll usually hop on, just to provide maximum ATC coverage across the whole network. That's sort of what my goal and my hope is. In terms of which of the different clients are preferred or best, I'll be honest, I've only had really exposure to vPilot. I don't even use X-Plane, I'm sorry. And I have a friend who's always trying to convince me to try X-Plane. I've tried X-Plane and it's good, but I'm very invested in the P3D platform for the most part. So I use vPilot. I like it. Really, they all serve the same basic purpose. They all get you onto the network. So it is mostly, I think, a matter of I think it's mostly just a matter of personal preference. What does the job that you're trying to do best of all? So, that I guess is what it comes down to, is what works best for you. They all have more or less the same basic feature set. They should all be more or less doing the same thing, in theory at least. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I can't speak to the X-Plane clients at all, so I can't say. Again, my friend that prefers X-Plane, he tends to really like Swift. He seems to think Swift is where it's at. So, take that for what it's worth. I don't know from personal experience, really. United 1001 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the west, and Minneapolis is not online. Switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a great day. After this long, he's probably not listening. After 10 minutes of not talking to anybody, these people tend to check out. United 1001 Toronto. Just send him a text then and let him read it at his own leisure. Speedbird 908 Heavy, climb flight level 370, proceed direct Lorca on course.
I've got 370 and direct to Lorca on course for the Heavy.
Thank you. Having a good flight.
United 1001, thanks, have a great day.
Thank you.
Air Canada 856 Heavy Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the east. Your radar service terminates this time. Switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good day.
Airframe QS flight 1228, we'll see you on the return at Canada 856. Have a good afternoon.
Good day.
Thanks.
I don't think he's going to see us on the return. I don't think we're still going to be here when he goes to London and comes back.
Join us there under Air Canada 468, ready to copy clearance.
Air Canada 468, Toronto, you're cleared to Ottawa via the Verdo 6 departure LSUB transition flight plan route. Departure runway 0577, sorry, departure runway 06 left, squawk 0577. Oy, oy, oy. Oh, Huronia, right. Air Canada 468, did you copy? Did I press the wrong button?
Yes, we copy. Clear to Ottawa by the Verdo for, correction, Verdo 6 departure, outfit transition 06 left, and squawking 0577, Air Canada 468.
Air Canada 468, thank you. Your readback is all correct. Information is now Quebec. Push back and start up at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Okay, we'll check Quebec and we'll call for taxi. Air Canada 468.
Yeah, one thing I do find, and maybe it'd be interesting to do some benchmarking of the various clients, especially if you do have a older computer. Unfortunately, the audio for VATSIM system is quite processor intensive, and I don't know if that is really particularly independent of the clients. If it, I really don't know how the system is implemented in the different clients. I don't know if it's sort of a standard package that all the clients have to implement, issued by VATSIM, or if each client kind of has its own particular way of implementing it. So I don't know if any of the clients are more or less processor efficient. But what I will say is that AFE is a bit of a processor intensive system because it's basically almost always recording in preparation for sending stuff off to the network. The old system before AFV, the Roger Wilco system, there was about a 1 second lag, and that 1 second lag was basically you'd press the push to talk button, and then the computer would sort of spool up the voice capture and encoding and encode it, and then send it out to the server, and it would usually take about a second to do all that. Skycraft 1, Toronto, go ahead.
Skycraft 1 on the ground at Muskoka, looking for the IFR to handle.
And Skycraft 1, sorry, you say you're going to Hamilton?
Negative, Hanover, Charlie Yankee Hotels here.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Hanover, all right, Skycraft 1, Muskoka winds are showing 160 at Niner and altimeter 2941. Are you departing runway 18?
Affirmative.
Skycraft 1, roger, you're cleared to Hanover via your flight plan route. Depart runway 18. You can climb on course, maintain 5,000. Squawk is 0527. Your clearance is valid now and cancelled if not airborne by 1540 Zulu. Gives them 15 minutes.
Aircraft 1 is cleared to Hanover by flight plan route off runway 18. Climb on course, maintain 5,000 feet, squawk 0527, and clearance cancelled if not airborne by 1540 Zulu.
Skycraft 1, the readback is all correct. And the time now is 15:25 and 50 seconds. You can go back to Unicom 122.8 for the departure. I do have still one aircraft showing a VFR flight plan, probably for circuits at Muskoka there, same aircraft as before.
We'll look up for him, call you airborne. Skycraft 1.
Skycraft 1, thank you. Oh, actually, here he is. There's a VFR target right there. I didn't. Wasn't even looking. Oh well, whatever.
Toronto Center, good afternoon, Air France 084 Heavy, fly level 370.
You know what's funny is I just noticed this guy too. Air France 084 Heavy, Toronto Center, good morning still. Squawk 0566.
Good morning, Squawk 0566, Air France 084 Heavy.
Air France 084 Heavy, thank you. You're identified flight level 370. Continue on course.
Continue, of course, Air France 084 Heavy.
All right, we got another one. Not much we're going to do with him. Just going to watch him fly through our airspace and send him out the other side. I should mark this guy as departing anyways. Yeah, there you go. Still slow and steady this morning.
Heavy.
And Speedbird 9 or 8, go ahead.
7 Heavy, yeah, we're going to be out of the cockpit for 15 minutes. We've switched to Unicom 328.
Speedbird 908, hold on. Speedbird 908, give me a call when you're back in the flight deck. I think you'll just be around the end of my airspace at that point.
Okay, Speedbird 908 Heavy, thanks.
Thank you. I hate to let someone go.
Good morning to you, Lufthansa 470 Heavy.
Lufthansa 470 Heavy, Toronto Center, good morning. And Lufthansa 470 Heavy, squawk code 0521. He's got quite a ways to go to airspace here. Some people wait till the last possible second, some people super early. You never know. Lufthansa 470 Heavy, Toronto, thank you. You're identified, flight level 360, welcome. Still got quite a ways to go to get into my airspace here. I'm just curious. I'm going to measure this out as soon as I set his altitude here. He is about 160 miles away from entering my airspace. But you know what? He's inbound to Toronto, so the sooner the better. You do try to get a hold of somebody in case you do have issues, you do have audio issues or something. You want to make sure that you're ready to... Somebody's mic live. Somebody on Toronto Center has a stuck mic. You can hear me sending a message to this guy. You could hear his client bleep at him. That's hilarious. What happened to the cat sit on the keyboard or something? Why does this guy not? Let's see. All right. Oh, he figured it out. Alright, let's see here. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Just trying to find another frequency. And this guy is text only. Alright, well, it seems like we got the stuck mic figured out at least. Hey. Oh, 2 more planes filed. There we go. Now it's starting to get busy. See, and this is the thing, is it takes like an hour to an hour and a half of being online before it starts to get busy. And then just when you're getting ready to go, just when you're getting ready to pack it in and log off for the day, that's when everyone suddenly logs in. It's like, oh, hey, let's go flying. Always the way. Alright, at least the guy figured out a stuck mic. I do have alternate frequencies I can use. Unfortunately, the one thing that we have in the VATSIM world that the real world controllers don't have is we have like direct text communications with other pilots, which can be useful because like in a situation like this, you can literally send a text to all the pilots on your frequency and say, hey, come up on my secondary frequency, and then you won't have to worry about it.
Toronto Center, Canada 468, ready to taxi 06 left, and we have information.
Air Canada 468 Toronto. The information is Quebec and altimeter 2943 for runway 06 left. Taxi Alpha Lima Bravo and Delta cross runway 33 right.
Alpha Lima Bravo Delta across 33 right, Air Canada 468.
Alright, so he's pushing, he's taxiing. We got 2 more guys going to Ottawa here, so that's going to keep me busy if they head to Ottawa, because I also control Ottawa for the arrivals, so, and which is why people choose it too. They want the service. They want the service at both ends of their flight, so. And that's what you find, is a lot of people will pick a sector based on the idea that, you know, especially if it's an en route sector, if I can get service at the departure and the arrival point, more the better, right? If I can have continuous ATC from one end to the other. So I find that's what people are often looking for, is that continuous ATC from one end of the system to the other. So yeah, if you see Toronto Centre online, Toronto, Ottawa then becomes very popular for that reason. Other examples, like you get Edmonton Centre, there's tons of good airports in Edmonton, but you often get the Edmonton Calgarys, but you might even get, like the other night I had a Fort Mac down to Calgary, or, you know, Edmonton up to Yellowknife or something like that. Like anything that covers like the towered airports and is a decent flight. The trouble with Toronto FIR is there's not a whole lot of very big, kind of well-known airports that are towered airports that are controlled, so Ottawa ends up being the default everyone goes to. There are a few though, but people just don't think of them because they're such minor airports for the most part. London, Sault Ste. Marie, and then the other ones are all very close to the Toronto area. You've got Hamilton, Kitchener, even London's pretty close. So you don't have a whole lot.
Center, good morning. This is Jazz 1337 looking for IFR to Ottawa.
Jazz 1337 Toronto, you're cleared to Ottawa via the Verdo 6 departure L-sub transition, flight plan route, departure runway 06 left, squawk code 0524.
Toronto Center, we are cleared through the Verdo 6 transition and flight plan route. We'll expect runway 06 left and squawk 0524, Jazz 1337.
Jazz 1337, thank you. Your readback's all correct. Information is Quebec. Push and start at your discretion and call for taxi.
Copy. We still have some checklists to perform. We'll call you when ready for taxi, Jazz 1337.
Roger. My Skycraft has got 5 more minutes before his clearance expires. It's not too often I have clearances expire. 15 minutes is usually enough. How long will I be on for? I will probably be on for about another 30 to 40 minutes at the most, I think. Shortly after 16 Zulu, I'm going to log off at some point. So if you're planning on firing up a flight, do it quick. I generally try to always do my ATC in like 2-hour shifts, minimum 2-hour shift. But because it's during the day on the weekend, I'm probably not going to give them much more than that today. Got other things I want to do, other people that need some attention from me as well. So if you're going to do something, do it quick. Unfortunately, now we're already past about the 3/4 mark and got about a half an hour left of controlling left. So. All right, Alex. Thank you so much for firing up and giving us some traffic. Even if it's short-lived, it's still enjoyable. And the trouble is, VATSIM is one of those addictive little networks. It's like playing like City Skylines or something like that, where you just always just have to do one more thing. Just let me do just one more thing. Oh, well, there's one more guy in approach, so let me just get him on the ground. Well, oh, now this guy, let me just get this guy up in the air. And it's always just one more thing, and you just like, I have to log off, I have to go, and then like 30 minutes later, like, I'm still here. Why am I still here? I said I was gonna go, but I haven't gone yet because you guys keep on logging on, and that's always the way it is. You first hour and a half you're online, you know, nobody shows up, and then when you're 30 minutes away from logging off, all of a sudden everybody shows up. Always the way it is. Oh, well. Okay, here comes Skycraft. I don't know what the approaches are in Hanover, to be honest. So let's pull them up. F1 and 19. Air Canada 468 Toronto. Contact me once you're airborne. Winds calm. Clear for takeoff. Runway 06 left.
Clear for takeoff 06 left. Air Canada 468.
Toronto Center, again, Skycraft 1, checking in, passing 4,000.
Skycraft 1 Toronto, squawk it in.
Squawk it in.
Skycraft 1, thank you. Identified through 4400, continue climb 14,000.
14,000, Skycraft 1.
And my latest Muskoka altimeter for you, 29er, 39er.
29er, 39er, Skycraft 1.
Okay, so he's leaving my airspace. This guy's going to be handed off to me shortly because he's going to fly right through our airspace on the way to Minneapolis. He's not going back into Cleveland, so Cleveland's not going to keep him. Cleveland really should have told me he was keeping this guy. I'm not going to make a big diplomatic incident out of it, but should have told me if he was planning to keep that guy. See, now I got 3 guys taking off and heading to Ottawa, and they're going to get halfway there, and I'm going to log off on them because I just got to log off at some point. This guy might make it. This guy's going to make it. Probably the next guys are not. Judging by the times he got over here, he's got 16:14. It's a short flight, 30 to 40 minutes in the air. That's all. These guys haven't even pushed yet. The odds of them getting there in time, not great. Okay, so he's going over to Hanover via Midland. I don't think I have weather in Midland. No, I think the closest I'm going to have is, do we have Hanover weather? No, we don't. I think Wyerton's probably the closest to Hanover. Yeah. So let's do Wyerton weather.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 468, airborne passing 1,500.
Air Canada 468, Toronto, thank you. Identified. Continue climb. Flight level 230.
230, Air Canada 468.
Air Canada 468 at 3,600. Turn right, direct Verdo on course.
Say again, Air Canada 468.
Air Canada 468 at 3,600. Turn right, direct Verdo on course.
3,600, direct Verdo, Air Canada 468.
Roger. Alright, yeah, he will be back any second now. Hopefully Cleveland will be here a little longer. Yes, yeah, VATSIM sucks you in. As a controller, it sucks you in, and it's such a time sink, and it's not a bad thing, and it's a great hobby because you just forget your troubles for a little while. But it is a time sink. As a pilot, it's not as bad because you can sort of step away and you can do other things while you're in the flight deck, especially when you're in cruise. You're not doing much, maybe switching radio frequencies, listening for a call, but otherwise you're not doing much. So you can be doing other things. You could be reading or studying or catching up on some work on the computer or whatever you got to do. But as a controller, it's very hard usually to do much else because you've got to sort of really focus on all sorts of different things, and you can't really lose track of what's going on. You can't lose track of the situational awareness. So it is a real time sink. And yeah, as a pilot, you've got a definitive end point usually. The flight ends, and then unless I plan on doing another one, this is the end of my online time. But as a controller, there's no set end point, so unless you've got someone else to hand it to, you do feel guilty about leaving, especially when it's busy. I have no problem at all checking out as soon as the frequency is clear and there's nobody on my frequency. But when it's when it's busy and there's lots of stuff going on, you feel bad about leaving. But at the same time, okay, what is this Cleveland guy doing? Okay, thank you. I was gonna say, is he ever gonna hand this guy to me? He forgot the last guy. Not much happening. Okay.
Good morning, JetBlue 836, flight level 380.
JetBlue 836 Toronto 380, welcome. So Alex asked, you know how applying for job works in a pilot's life? You applied to, and I thought about the exact same thing. I applied to Jazz to think of making use of the RJ as well, or maybe one of the Americans. I was thinking of applying maybe SkyWest or something like that as well, for the same reason, to start making use of the RJ. I think I'll probably wait a little bit until there's a little bit more scenery around. But anyways, to answer your question, yes, they can turn you down, and it depends on the rank you've achieved in a pilot's life. So the higher your ranking, the higher your experience points, the less likely a company is going to turn you down. So I forget what it takes. It takes usually like at least a day or a couple days of real time. So like if you apply today, you can check again tomorrow, but don't be surprised if you don't see an answer for 2 to 3 days. It'll take 2 or 3 days before the company would respond to you. So yeah, as long as it says pending, then yeah, just give it another day or so. It's trying to make it realistic like that. Like you would never, well, I won't say you would never, but in normal times, you would never apply to a company and expect to hear back, right away. There's obviously always a lag as they evaluate you, as they check your references and all that other stuff. So if it still says pending, then that's cool. Then just let it be. But it takes some time. I forget. It's in the manual. I haven't read the manual because I read it when I first installed the software, and that was over a year ago now. So, but I'm pretty sure it did say it in the manual. Making me look. Yes, after the 7. Okay, your application will be reviewed by the airline. You will get response from them. This takes up to 4 days of real time from the moment you have applied for that airline. This is due to an automatic process that occurs Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Okay, so it's specific days of the week that the system runs and analyzes your job request. So yeah, so there you go. So it could take up to 4 days before you get a response to your... Yeah, I love the plane too, and it might be the first plane that makes me want to actually fly pilot's life, like Twitch stream it live. With Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm really looking forward to that idea. I want to see a little bit more. I want to see the aircraft become a little bit more reliable. The pitch downs and all that on the ILSs are really frustrating. Air Canada 468, climb flight level 270 and proceed direct Canuck.
Okay, flight level 270 and direct Canuck, Air Canada 468.
Yeah, I want to do that. I really do. I've been kind of looking at it and toying with it a little bit. What airlines could I work for that fly a lot of good RJ routes? But again, I have hesitation about it. And Speedbird 9 or 8 Heavy, Toronto, thank you. You are now clear of my airspace to the east. You can switch to Unicom and have a good rest of the day.
Unicom now, 20 decimal. Thank you very much. Have a good day yourself. Speedbird 9 or Heavy, bye.
Bye-bye. This guy here is IFR, so he should be talking to me. Regardless of what airport he took off from, if he's down in this area, he should be talking to me, certainly at 2,800 feet. Okay, we got another one on the ground here in Toronto. See, and it just keeps on building, and you're just like, Oh, there you are. That's you, Alex. Oh, off to Elliott Lake in the caravan. That's going to take you a little while. Alright. Well, now you're cheating, because now you're going to know exactly what I'm going to assign you. Oh, and then he disappeared. No! Oh, good times. Oh, American 259, ready for taxi. Which one's this guy? This guy. Okay, yeah. Alright. Runway 06 left, altimeter 2943, taxi, Delta Papa, Delta cross 33 right. Guess I should pull up the Ottawa weather and see what Ottawa's doing here. 050 at 9er, so straight into 07. Okay, sounds good. Skycraft 1, the Wireton altimeter for you is 29er39er.
2939, Skycraft 1 links.
And Skycraft 1, the Wireton weather, I think will be the closest I get you for Hanover. Would you like the whole sequence now?
Sure, I'll take it whenever you're free.
Yeah, Skycraft 1, Wireton weather. This is Speci at 1519er Zulu, so about 30 minutes old. Winds 230 magnetic, 13, gust 23. Winds are variable from 220 to 280. Visibility 2 miles in light rain showers and mist. Overcast at 1,000 feet. Temperature 6, dew point 6. Altimeter 29er39er. And remarks actually fog 2 octas and stratus fractus 6 octas with convective cloud embedded.
Roger, I check remarks for all thanks.
And Skycraft 1, whenever you're able, just advise your intended approach at Hanover.
Roger, we'll fly back.
Roger. Lufthansa 470 Heavy, Toronto landing runway 06 left, information Quebec.
Bravo, runway 06 left, information Quebec is on board Lufthansa 470 Heavy.
What is he doing?
Toronto Center, Jazz 1337, ready for taxi to 06 left.
All right, sorry, it was, who's ready for taxi?
Toronto Center, Jazz 1337 is ready for taxi to runway 06 left.
Jazz 1337, Toronto, runway 06 left, the altimeter 2943, information is Quebec. Taxi out Alpha Lima, Bravo, and Delta, cross runway 33 right.
Toronto Center, that's Alpha Lima, Bravo, Delta, and we'll cross runway 33 right, Jazz 1337.
Roger. I'm so not used to Cleveland being there too, so I think that's throwing me off. Okay. G1000 issue. Okay, no worries. I'll be here for a little while longer. I do get people who ignore me. Every once in a while, first of all, I do get people that do ignore me. My biggest rule of thumb is, again, this is a hobby. I don't want to necessarily go out of my way to get people in trouble. If someone is not going to cause a conflict with anybody else out there and they're just going to ignore me, I'm not going to usually make any issue out of it. It's only when I get to a point where somebody is, you know, when your inability to land or your unwillingness to communicate is interfering with other people. That's when I start to escalate the situation and possibly send it to a supervisor for them to possibly disconnect you from the network. Only if you're going to cause an issue to somebody else. So that's usually the way I look at it. If you're flying through my airspace, you're out of the flight deck for whatever length of time and not much is happening, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. But once you start causing an issue for somebody else in the network, that's when I'm going to start probably taking some steps. Skycraft 1 Toronto, when ready, descend 5,000.
Descend 5,000, Skycraft 1, and I think we'll take the RDAV 19er via Kegsy.
Skycraft 1, copy the RNAV 19er, proceed direct Kegsy.
Direct Kegsy, Skycraft 1.
Alright, everything else is going on well here. How do I decide whether to control or fly? Again, as I was kind of saying earlier, it depends on a bunch of things. Of course, what kind of mood I'm in, how much time do I think I have to dedicate to this, and how much attention I have to dedicate during that time. Am I here like to stare at the computer like continuously for 2 hours, or am I like I'd like to go and do something on the network, but I might want to also do something else, do some other work on the side. If I want to do some other work on the side, then I'll probably connect as a pilot so that once I get up in the air and I'm in cruise, I can do some other stuff. If I'm doing computer work or just trying to do something, if I feel like I have 2 hours to really dedicate to it, then I will definitely try to log on as a controller. And that's the other thing too, is also how much time I have too. For me, controlling it, because it's not a finite boundary, it has to be a reasonable length of time. So usually like 2 hours, like I said, is kind of my minimum. So that's how I sort of pick. Air Canada 468 Toronto information, or sorry, winds in Ottawa are showing 060 at 9er, and we got 8 miles in light rain, broken at 2600. You can expect a straight in ILS or RNAV runway 07, your choice.
We'll take the ILS for 07 for Air Canada 468.
Air Canada 468, Roger, and when ready, descend 8,000 on Ottawa, altimeter 2958.
2958, and we'll descend 8,000 Air Canada 468.
Alright, clear him for takeoff by text. Yeah, there's lots of known bugs. I've found that the sim has become more stable, though, over time. It definitely is becoming more stable. It's not perfect by any means, but it's definitely Microsoft Flight Simulator is becoming more stable. I find less glitches over time. So this King Air is inbound to Trenton. This guy's going to Ottawa. So he's going to make it to the ground in Ottawa. I don't know if this Lufthansa is going to make it to Toronto. He's not going to be Toronto. Half past, pretty much. See, and it's one of those things. It's like, do you want to log off when he's on the downwind, or do you want to finish his flight? Goddamn pilots. VATSIM would be so much easier without them. Six is on the wrong arrival. So we're going to get him. This guy's got to be L sub. So we got to remove the Bowman 7, and this got to be L sub. There we go, like that.
Toronto Center, good afternoon. Air Canada 7240 heavy.
Air Canada 7240 Toronto, good morning. Squawk 0555.
0555, 7240.
Who is this guy and where is he? Oh, he's there. Okay, I got him there. Skycraft 1 Toronto, cleared Hanover Airport, RNAV runway 18, Kegsy transition. Yes, sorry, 19er. And Skycraft 1, I've got no further traffic observed or reported within the vicinity of Hanover. You can switch to Unicom 122.8 for the arrival. Give me a call. This frequency down and clear. Air Canada 7240 Heavy, thank you. Identified flight level 330. Welcome.
Looking to pick up IFR to Ottawa.
And sorry, that was Air Canada 454 looking for the IFR to Ottawa?
That's affirmative.
All right, stand by 1. Jazz 1337 Toronto, contact me airborne. The winds are calm. Clear for takeoff, runway 06 left.
Clear for takeoff, runway 06 left, or Jazz 1337.
Air Canada 454, you're cleared to Ottawa via the Verdo 6 departure L-sub transition flight plan route. Depart runway 06 left, squawk code 0565.
Okay, clear Ottawa, Verdo 6, L-sub transition flight plan route 6 left, squawk 0565, Air Canada 454.
Air Canada 454, your readback's all correct. Information is Quebec. Push and start at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Call ready for taxi, Air Canada 454.
Yeah. All right, so I gave him.
Toronto Center, good afternoon. Super King Air, 350 November 978 Papa Juliet, with you flight level 220 inbound Yankee X-ray India with a diversion into North Bay.
All right, heading for North Bay. Say again the call sign.
And that's November 978 Papa Juliet.
November 978 Papa Juliet, stand by while I pull up your tag here. November 978 Papa Juliet, Toronto, squawk code 0507.
0507 Papa Juliet.
I think it's this guy. I hope it's this guy, otherwise I just correlated the wrong target. This guy is 230, right turn, right, come on course, perfect, thank you. That guy is off to Unicom. I'm going to have to pull up an Ottawa approach. Let's see here, Ottawa ground. And I'm going to need, after this, we're going to need Ottawa arrival as well for 07. That'll do. Yeah, that'll do. And then who? Okay, and then he's handing me this guy.
Toronto Center, Jazz 1337 is the airport, clear 1,500 feet, flying runway heading for 06 left.
Jazz 1337 Toronto, thank you. Identified climb, flight level 230.
Flight level 230, Jazz 1337.
November 978 Papa Juliet Toronto, thank you. You're identified flight level 220, and you said you're inbound to North Bay, correct?
That is correct, via Yankee X-ray India.
978 Papa Juliet, roger, proceed on course.
Excellent, Papa Juliet.
And Papa Juliet, did you want to climb up to the filed 340, or are you happy at 220 there?
Yeah, that's the reason why we descended to 220, because of the weight we're using on air. The winds, the headwinds up there were brutal, and we just limited on fuel, so we want to get down and into North Bay for refuel.
978 Papa Juliet, perfect, I understand, thank you.
Toronto Center, Baron 1 Charlie Papa is 44 miles southwest of the Trenton VOR at 5,000, direct Trenton.
November 341 Charlie Papa, Toronto, hello. Jazz 1337 Toronto, turn right, direct Verdo on course.
Turning right, direct Verdo on course, Jazz 1337.
November 341 Charlie Papa, Toronto, the Trenton winds are showing 180 at 11, altimeter 2942. You can expect an ILS to runway 24.
ILS runway 24, 1 Charlie Papa.
Unless it's good enough for visual. No, it's overcast, 700 feet.
Afternoon, China Eastern 207 Heavy. We are at flight level 250.
China Eastern 207 Toronto. What's your location? I don't see him anywhere.
20 miles from Alternate.
Let's see if I can find him here. China Eastern 207.
Toronto, Lufthansa 470 Heavy, request descent.
Lufthansa 470 Toronto, descend flight level 240.
Request level 240, Lufthansa 470.
Okay, now I'm falling behind here. I got lots of stuff going on, and I'm not with it anymore here.
Toronto Center, good afternoon. It's Foxtrot India Kilo Mike, IFR to LA Lake.
I'm going to just cheat here for a second. That's the China Eastern. Ah, okay. China Eastern 207 Toronto, squawk code of 0502. I think it's this guy here.
Squawk 0502, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
All right, that was India Kilo Mike looking for the IFR to Elliott Lake.
Yes, sir.
And India Kilo Mike, stand by 1 moment. Because I got to find the other departure, and I'm not sure which one it is, so hold on.
Toronto Air Canada 454 is ready for taxi.
Canada 454, stand by 1 moment. We've got 5. Air Canada, 454, runway 06 left. Information is Quebec, and the altimeter is 2943. Taxi Alpha Kilo Bravo and Delta, cross runway 33 right.
Alpha Kilo Bravo Delta, cross 33 right, 46 left, Air Canada 454.
And a Foxtrot India Kilo Mike Toronto, you're clear to Elliott Lake via the Nugop 5 departure, PEPMA transition direct. Depart runway 06 left, squawk code 0522.
East clears India Kilo Mike to Elliott Lake, Nugop 5, PEPMA direct, 06 left, and we'll squawk 0522 for India Kilo Mike.
India Kilo Mike, your readback's all correct. Information is Quebec. Push and start at your discretion. Call ready for taxi.
Quebec will call you ready to taxi.
Toronto Center, Air Canada 468, requesting further descent.
Air Canada 468, descend 4,000.
4,000, Air Canada 468.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, your identified flight level 350, runway 06 left in Toronto, and information is Quebec.
Arrival runway 06 left with information Quebec, China Eastern 207 Heavy, good afternoon.
Alright, sending American over to Cleveland. One less airplane to worry about. Jazz 1337 Toronto, climb flight level 250 and proceed direct Canuck.
Climb flight level 250, proceed direct Canuck, Jazz 1337.
Now it's getting a little more interesting. Lufthansa 470 Toronto, continue descent 12, 12,000 on altimeter 29er 4-tree.
Please say again the altimeter for 470.
Altimeter 29er 4-tree in Toronto.
Sending future 12,000, 29er 4-tree, Lufthansa 470.
Alright, if you guys have been talking, I've been totally ignoring you. I do...
212 Air France 084 Heavy, request a frequency change.
Air France 084 Heavy Toronto, thank you for the reminder. I did see you there, but I got busy for a moment. You are clear of my airspace to the west, over to Unicom 228. Have a good day.
Thank you, Swiss Unicom 122 decimal 8. Good day.
I like the Caravan too, because you're right, low and slow is great. I did a fantastic tour of Japan in the Caravan. The only problem with the Caravan is it sucks in icing. And being down low and slow in the winter, especially in the more northern regions,
466
sucks.
With information Quebec, request IFR clearance to Ottawa.
Air Canada 466 Toronto, your clearance is not as filed. Yeah, I had to give you a different route for the type of aircraft. You ready to copy?
Roger, ready to copy.
All right, first Air Canada 468, descend 3,000 via Vizal, clear the straight-in ILS 07. Air Canada 468 Toronto, descend 3,000 via Vizal, cleared straight-in ILS 07.
Cleared straight-in ILS 07, Air Canada 466.
Air Canada 466, you're cleared to Ottawa via the Verdo 6 departure, L sub transition, and then the Capital 5 arrival. Depart runway 06 left, squawk code 0510.
Cleared to Ottawa by the Verdo 6 departure, also transition, Capital 5 arrival, runway 06 left, and squawk 0510, Air Canada 466.
Air Canada 466, that readback's all correct. Push back and start up at your discretion and call ready for taxi.
Wilco, Air Canada 466.
JetBlue 36 Toronto, you're leaving my airspace to the west. Your radar service terminates. Switch to Unicom 228 and have a great day.
Unicom JetBlue 836, thank you, bye-bye.
November 341 Charlie Papa, vectors for the ILS 24, turn right, heading 080.
Right heading 080, 1 Charlie Papa.
Oh, I lost my jazz. Oh, the RJ died. No surprise there. And Grovermatic, thank you very much for subscribing and following me on Twitch. Appreciate it. I wouldn't be doing these live streams if I didn't think people enjoyed them and got something out of them. So thanks very much for letting me know, and I look forward to seeing you in future on in the chat channels there. Air Canada 454 Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The winds are calm. Clear for takeoff, runway 06 left.
We're taking out 06 left, call you airborne, Air Canada 454.
Well, that jazz.
Indy Kilo Mike, ready for taxi.
Indy Kilo Mike Toronto, what's your location on the field? There you are.
We're Sky Service, center field, back Alpha.
Indy Kilo Mike Toronto, thank you. Runway 06 left, altimeter 294 tree. Taxi out Echo. Correction, taxi out Echo Alpha, Echo and Delta.
Alright, 2943, it'll be Echo Alpha, Echo, and then Delta for short of 6 left for Indy Kilo Mike.
Alright. We'll get this guy on the ground. I think we'll get this guy on the ground, and that'll probably be the end of it. If this guy keeps the speed up. Keep that speed up, and we'll get you on the ground, and that'll be the end of it, I think. Oh, there goes my Skycraft over Hanover there.
Air Canada 7240.
Air Canada 7240, Toronto, go ahead.
Just wondering what runway we could expect for land today.
Air Canada 7240, information is Quebec, you can plan 06 left.
Okay, 06 left, we'll go, get Quebec as soon as it shows up. Thank you.
No problem. Air Canada 468, the auto wins 060 at 9er, clear to land 07.
Clear to 07, Air Canada 468.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the Sultans on the ground, and that'll be the end of it. We should pull up this. Let's just see if we can draw on there the the 24 center line here. CY TR ILS 24. That's what I'm looking for, and that'll give me a center line to aim him at. There we go. That's good. November 341 Charlie Papa, fly heading 060.
060, 341 Charlie Papa.
Toronto, Air Canada 454, 2,200, climbing 5,000.
Air Canada 454 Heavy, thank you. Identified, continue climb, flight level 230.
230, Air Canada 454.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
Descend 240, China Eastern 207 Heavy.
China Eastern 207 Heavy, correct. That descent is at your discretion. Alright, so he's almost on the ground in Ottawa there. I guess there's one thing, though, as a VATSIM pilot, you do become used to... Number 341 Charlie Papa, make the heading 070.
070, 1 Charlie Papa.
Blowing him a little too tight to the localizer there. Air Canada 454 Heavy, turn right, direct Verdo on course.
Direct Verdo, Air Canada 454.
There's one thing you get used to as a VATSIM pilot, I think, at all times, is you get used to ATC comes and goes. Skycraft 1 Toronto, thank you very much. Your flight plan is closed and alerted service is terminated. Have a good rest of the day. That's one thing you learn is you know, ATC comes and goes. You don't take it personally if someone logs off. I think most controllers.
And Toronto from Indy Kilo Mike, we'll be ready to go when we get to the end.
Indy Kilo Mike Toronto, Roger. You just learn to kind of accept that people come and go, and it's nothing personal. I think most controllers generally try to finish somebody, like try to get somebody onto an approach before they log off, or get them at least up in the air and turned on course before they log off. I think for the most part people try to do that, so you know, I don't think anyone takes it personally if and when you decide you have to log off just as they're kind of coming around to the airport. It's just the way it is. They get lives to lead. Okay, so Lufthansa's doing good. China Eastern's already starting down. Might be a little bit early for him, but anyways. This is quite tight here. Yeah, it's quite tight, but he's in a barren, so he should be able to make a pretty tight turn there. Once he get him.
Toronto, India Kilo Mike, ready to go short of 6 left on Delta.
India Kilo Mike, Toronto, contact me once you're airborne. The wind's calm, clear for takeoff, 06 left.
Call airborne, clear takeoff, 6 left, India Kilo Mike.
November 341, Charlie Papa. I think I misjudged the winds. They're pushing into the localizer a little bit. Turn right heading 080.
Right heading 080, November 341, Charlie Papa.
Air Canada 468, welcome to Ottawa. Taxi Foxtrot Bravo, apron at your discretion. Have a great day.
Foxtrot Bravo, apron, thank you very much. Air Canada 468.
November 341, Charlie Papa, descend 3000.
Descend 3000, November 341, Charlie Papa.
Just wondering, what's the MSA around Trenton? 3000 works. See if I can bring him in even tighter. That's all. 2300 actually. Yeah, okay, cool. And the crossing height of the beacon's 2400, so yeah, we'll take him out just a little bit farther, but I think we should be good. Okay. Air Canada 254, turn left direct, Canic on course, climb flight level 290.
Is that for Air Canada 454?
Air Canada 454, affirmative. Left turn direct, Canic on course, climb flight level 290.
Alright, direct Canic up to 290, Air Canada 454.
Toronto Center, India Kilo Mike, airborne off of 6 left, 1 south, and see in the turn for heading 057.
India Kilo Mike, Toronto, thank you. Identified. Continue climb 6000.
All the way up to 6,000, India Kilo Mike.
Lufthansa 470 heavy. Proceed direct Darpu. Descend 8000.
Direct Darpu down to 8000. Lufthansa 470 heavy.
India Kilo Mike, turn left direct AVSEP on course.
Left direct AVSEP on course, India Kilo Mike.
No noise abatement when you're flying a Caravan. Nobody cares. And then, of course, in the time that I was doing all this, then November 341 Charlie Papa, turn left heading 300.
Left heading 300, November 341, Charlie Papa.
See, and you're doing other things, you get distracted. It's so easy to get distracted when you're a controller, all the time. The Air Canada 466 is in the push. November 341 Charlie Papa, continue the left turn 270 to intercept, cleared ILS runway 24.
Left 270, cleared ILS 24. November 341 Charlie Papa.
That was farther than I planned on letting him go out there, so I feel bad, but he should be able to get turned in there without too much trouble. So he's directed Darpu down to 8,000. We'll get him a nice quick tight turn in there, turn him on final, and then we'll turf them all to Unicom. Sorry guys, I can only stay on for so long. What can you do? I think he started down a bit too early here. Hold on, let's see here. He's got to be 12,000. He's not going to draw him correct. fixes on his flight plan. So he's going 90. Oh, and then I'm losing connection to the network, I think. Oh, no, they're all back. Okay, good. Let's see, he's going to be 12,000. So, yeah, his second phase of descent should only start there being bored. So, yeah. Anyways.
Air Canada 466 to make a taxi.
Air Canada 466 Toronto, information is Quebec. The altimeter 2943, runway 06 left, taxi out Alpha Lima, Bravo Delta, cross runway 33 right.
Taxi 06 left via Alpha Lima, Bravo Delta, cross runway 33 right, altimeter 2943, information Quebec. Air Canada 466.
Okay, 466, Raj. Okay.
Toronto, Clipper 954, ready check.
Clipper 954 Toronto, read you 5 by 5.
Thank you.
Toronto Center from Bird Dog, correction, Indy Kilo Mike, do you have a report on the tops?
Lufthansa 470 Heavy Toronto, are you in the clouds?
Say again, for Lufthansa 470?
Lufthansa 470 Heavy, are you in the clouds yet, or are you still above?
We are in the clouds, Lufthansa 470.
And Indy Kilo Mike, that traffic is passing through 9,500 already in the cloud deck.
Alright, well, I guess we'll stick with 6.
Unfortunately, I don't have too many other aircraft out in that direction just yet, so I'll see if I can find someone else for you.
Not a problem, no rush.
And Toronto, Canada 454, we're just going to stop our climb at 250 for this, alright?
Air Canada 454, you want 250 for the final?
Affirmative.
Air Canada 454, I'll show 250 for the final, maintain 250.
Maintain 250, thanks, Air Canada 454.
Lufthansa 470 Heavy, descend 6,000.
Descending 6,000, Lufthansa 470 Heavy.
Yeah, Ottawa's a short flight. You don't want to try and strain yourself getting up to a high altitude on that one. 250, 270, those would be your normal tops. Yeah, actually, his 50% was actually pretty good. Playing ATC again. Yep, I never stop. China Eastern 207 Heavy, continue descent 12, 2000, Toronto altimeters 2943.
Continue descent 12000, China Eastern 207.
Air Canada 454, runway 07 in Ottawa. You could plan the ILS or the RNAV, your choice.
Alright, we're set up for the ILS 7, so we'll go with that, Air Canada 454.
Air Canada 454, roger, and when ready, descend 8,000 on altimeter 2958.
Alright, when ready, down to 8, Air Canada 454.
Lufthansa 470 Heavy, descend 4,000.
4,000, Lufthansa 470 Heavy.
Get him down nice and low, and away we go. And the last call, I'm going to guess that was WestJet 30. I heard the JFK, but your volume is extremely quiet. WestJet 30, you're cleared to the New York JFK airport via the Capt 2 departure, bump a transition, and flight plan route. Depart runway 06 left, squawk code 0551.
With JFK via the Capt 2 departure, bump a transition, departing runway 06 left, squawk 0551 for WestJet 30.
WestJet 30, your readback's all correct. Information is Quebec. Pushback and startup at your discretion. Call ready for taxi. Break November 341 Charlie Papa. The Trenton winds 180 at 11. Clear to land, runway 24.
Clear to land 24, 341 Charlie Papa.
Lufthansa 470 heavy. Descend 3000.
Bank 3000, Lufthansa 470 heavy. Toronto Clipper 954, gate 189, information Quebec lifting for I-4 to Beijing.
Clipper 954, you're cleared to Beijing via the Iklan 2 departure, Tony transition, and flight plan route. Departure runway 06 left, squawk code 0547.
Clear to Beijing, Iklan 2 departure, Tony transition 6 left 0547 in the box for Clipper 954.
Clipper 954, readback's all correct. Information's Quebec. Push and start at your discretion. Call for taxi.
Look on 954.
And Toronto Papa Juliet looking for descent out of 220 into North Bay. Hopefully the ILS at 08, please.
November 978 Papa Juliet, Toronto. When ready, descend 8000. I'll grab you the altimeter here in a moment.
Excellent. Pilot's discretion down to 8. Papa J.
That's not good, dear. Well, at least if they haven't called you, it's a good sign, I guess. And November 978 Papa Juliet, North Bay altimeter is 2933. I have the whole hourly sequence if you need it.
2933, that will be fine. Papa J, thanks so much, sir.
Okay, November 278 Papa Juliet, Roger. 978.
Toronto, India Kilo Mike with a request.
India Kilo Mike, go ahead.
We're close to the top, so we're wondering if we could try 8,000.
India Kilo Mike, that's approved. Climb 8000.
8,000, India Kilo Mike, here we go.
Still not there yet. November 978 Papa Juliet, Toronto. Did you want to do the full procedure NDB approach, or do you want to join at GUD?
We could join at GUD for the ILS 08, sir.
November 978 Papa Juliet, proceed direct at GUD.
Excellent. Direct at GUD, Papa J.
Good.
And Toronto, we got an icing report if you'd like it.
Is that India Kilo Mike again?
Yes, sir.
Stand by, brake, Delta, correction, Lufthansa 470 heavy, turn right heading 330.
What, 330, Lufthansa 470 heavy.
India Kilo Mike, go ahead.
It was continuous light and occasional moderate, like light varying on moderate at 6,000 with temperature of -3. And 7,000 is the tops.
Okay, India Kilo Mike, check light to moderate icing and temperature -3. Thank you.
Toronto Center, good afternoon. It's Air Canada 793 with you at gate 530 in the infield, looking for IFR clearance to Los Angeles with information India.
Air Canada 793, you're cleared to Los Angeles via the Ursel Tree departure, CASID transition flight plan route. Departure runway 06 left, squawk code 0552. Lufthansa 470 heavy, turn right heading 030 to intercept, cleared ILS 06 left.
5020, intercepting 06 left, cleared ILS 06 left, Lufthansa 470 heavy.
Air Canada 466 is ready for takeoff, 06 left.
Air Canada 466, Toronto, contact me, airborne winds comm, clear for takeoff 06 left.
Clear takeoff 06 left, Air Canada 466, contact you and airborne.
Air Canada 793, did you copy the clearance?
Roger, Air Canada 793, clear to Los Angeles via runway 06 left, Ursel 3 departure, CASID transition, and 0552 on the squawk.
Air Canada 793, that readback is all correct. Push and start at your discretion. You can switch to Unicom. We're going to be shutting down here momentarily.
Roger that.
November 341 Charlie Papa, welcome to Trenton. You can taxi Alpha to the apron.
Alpha to the apron. Thanks for the ATC. 341 Charlie Papa.
G'day. Just going to get this guy airborne and turned on course, and that's going to be it. Air Canada 7240 Heavy, Toronto, when ready, descend flight level 240.
240 when ready. 7240, thank you.
It's a pity, because now it's getting exciting and busy, and now I'm going to leave, but it's always the way it is. I got way too many screens open here, too, as I'm trying to keep track of everything going on here.
Air Canada 466 is airborne, passing through 1,600.
Air Canada 466 Toronto, thank you. Identified, continue climb flight level 230.
Climb flight level 230, Air Canada 466.
Air Canada 466, thank you. After 3,600, right turn to Verdo on course.
After 3,600, right turn direct Verdo on course, Air Canada 466.
Lufthansa 470 Toronto, winds are calm, clear to land, runway 06 left.
6 left, Lufthansa 470 heavy.
Lufthansa 470 Heavy. At this time, I got nobody else taxiing out in Toronto. I'm going to be shutting down now, so switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good rest of your day.
Copy, triple down, thanks for your service, Lufthansa 470 heavy.
Good day. Air Canada 466, same for you. I've got nobody in your direction. You can switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good rest of your day.
122.8, Air Canada 466.
India Kilo Mike Toronto. Traffic at your 1 o'clock for about 20 miles is a southeastbound a 777. You should pass well to the west of him. Just keep an eye out. He's descending through 12 now. Over to Unicom 22.8. Have a great day.
22.8, we check the traffic. India Kilo Mike, thanks for the ATC. You have a great day, Captain.
Thank you. China Eastern 207 Heavy. Traffic at your 11 o'clock for 15 miles is a northwestbound Caravan. Level at 8,000. Just keep an eye out for them. Switch to Unicom 22.8 and have a good rest of your day.
207 Heavy, traffic 1 o'clock, 8,000.
China Eastern 207, yes, sorry. If I said 11 o'clock, my bad. I meant 1 o'clock. And yeah, switch to Unicom 22.8. Your service terminates. Have a good day. Air Canada 7240, your radar service terminates. Switch to Unicom 22.8. Have a good day.
7240, thank you.
November 978 Papa Juliet, switch to Unicom 122.8, descend at your discretion, and Unicom 22.8, have a good day.
Excellent. 122.8. Thanks so much. Likewise, have a good day.
Good day. And Air Canada 454, same for you. Switch to Unicom 122.8, your service terminates. However, Ottawa Tower is online, 118.8. Make sure you give them a call when you're on final there.
All right, over to Unicom for now, and then Ottawa Tower. Thanks, Air Canada 454. Have a good day.
Good day, and to all aircraft on the ground in Toronto, Toronto Centre is now closed. You can switch to Unicom 122.8. Have a good day, everybody.
Thanks for your help.
Thanks for your help. Have a good day.
All right, and that's it. Toronto's now closed. And, yeah. I kept my employment. I did stay on type, but I'm not staying in the same seat. So, unfortunately, yeah, there are changes afoot. It is what it is. Anyways, happy to still have a job at this day and age. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was at least 15 minutes longer than I wanted, and that's the way VATSIM is. It always creeps up on you for an extra 15 or 20 minutes of your time, and before you know it, it's an hour after you were supposed to go to bed. So, thanks, guys, for watching.